One of the founding principles of the United States and the freedom that it has long stood for is private property rights, the idea of private property rights. We can work hard, whether we're born into a wealthy aristocratic family or whether we're born into a poorer family, and we can earn our wages, we can invest our time and those savings accordingly, and whatever we get is ours. Whether we own real property like a house, or whether we own money in the bank or stocks or whatever it is we own, it's our private property. Taxes stand kind of almost at the opposite of private property, the concept of private property, because government has the ability through taxation to take our private property. And I think nothing is more, unpleasant in a certain way than the idea of property tax, because doesn't that go against the whole idea of private property? So you can own a house and have paid for it fully, and if the government decides they wanted to increase property taxes, they can do that and essentially take part ownership of your house through the economic interest that they're taking in the form of property taxes. So I would say this is part of the reason why I think less government and less taxation is something to be admired and is consistent with the founding principles of our country. But perhaps especially so property tax, and perhaps especially so property tax on our primary residence. At some point, that should be paid for. And at some point, that should be owned without any liens. So I think the sunsetting of property tax should exist. It should not go on forever. And the door should not be always open for the government to grab part of your property.